welcome to Tales of Honor Podcast, a podcast dedicated to telling the true stories of the Congressional Medal of Honor. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Tales of Honor Podcast. I'm your host, Christoph Ambrosch, and today's episode is episode 130. It's being brought to you by the good people over at Combat Flip-Flops. Why are they so good? Well, it's simple. They are a veteran-owned apparel company, and they have a great mission, which is to create peaceful, forward-thinking opportunities for self-determined entrepreneurs affected by conflict. They make sure that the money that you spend within their store on flip-flops, their namesake, or shirts, or jewelry, or war rugs, whatever it is in their store, they make sure that money goes to helping educate Afghan women and girls. It also makes sure it goes to helping remove unexploded landmines and other ordnance in Laos. And it also means that that money is going to go to help support the families and members of the Special Operations community. Combat Flip-Flops, helping flip the view on how wars are won. Business, not bullets. And now, a tale of honor. Edward was born on the 23rd of November, 1882 in Columbus, Ohio, and attended school in Milo, Columbus, and Dayton. He went on to attend Ohio Northern University for 2.5 years and then enlisted in the U.S. Army on the 21st of October, 1899. He was a musician, and after serving a 3-year enlistment, he had reached the rank of chief trumpeter and was discharged. After about 1.5 years, Edward re-enlisted in the Army for another year, and 2 years after that, accepted a commission as a second lieutenant in the Marine Corps. His long career would take him to Cuba, Panama, China, Nicaragua, Mexico, Hawaii, the Philippines, but it was his actions on the 24th of October, 1915, that would earn him the Medal of Honor. The citation reads, "In company with members of the 15th Company of Marines, all mounted, First Lieutenant Ostermann left Fort Liberté, Haiti, for a 6-day reconnaissance. After dark on the evening of 24 October 1915, while crossing the river in a deep ravine, the detached was suddenly fired upon from 3 sides by about 400 Caicos concealed in bushes about 100 yards from the fort. The Marine detachment fought its way forward to a good position, which it maintained during the night, although subjected to a continuous fire from the Caicos. At daybreak, First Lieutenant Ostermann, in command of one of the 3 squads which advanced in 3 different directions, led his men forward, surprising and scattering the Caicos, and aiding in the capture of Fort Tipiti. It was said that during this advance, quote, had one squad failed, not one man of the party would have lived to tell the story." Several months later, Edward was wounded and returned to the U.S. for hospitalization and treatment, where he received his Medal of Honor 2 years later. In 1938, Edward became the Assistant Adjutant and Inspector of the Marine Corps, and within a year was promoted to Brigadier General and Adjutant and Inspector. Edward had also requested a combat duty position in World War II, even willing to be demoted to a colonel to do so, but was denied with much respect and appreciation from the Commandant of the Marine Corps. Edward retired from the Marines on the 1st of January 1943 because of a physical disability, but was promoted to Major General due to his performance in combat. Edward Albert Ostermann died on the 18th of May, 1969, at the age of 86, and is buried in Arlington National Cemetery, Section 46, Lot 521. And that was a Tale of Honor. Thank you so much for listening to Tales of Honor Podcast. If you like this podcast, please be sure to leave a nice review, a good rating, and tell a friend. Hey, if you're on a flight to Germany right now, you should probably tell your flight attendant that you listen to Tales of Honor Podcast, and they should actually broadcast it to the entire plane. You should do that. Also, let me know how that works out. You can see more information on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and at talesofhonorpodcast.com. If you have any questions or comments, you can send them to talesofhonorpodcast@gmail.com. And until next time, I'm Christoph Ambrosch. Thanks for listening.